That's offensive to all smart people in the world. Of course, I do believe that there's something we need to be attentive of. There are a bunch of other suspicious things, but this is all I can tell you at this point. How about the mayor? Have there been any clues? Nope, probably not, because fuck you. Having exhausted that topic, I changed the subject, otherwise he might turn the conversation on me. We investigated his movements on the day he disappeared. We didn't find anything that could provide any clues, but I'll tell you about it anyway. The mayor, Kichiru... Oh, good God. Kichiru? Kichiro? 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 Kimiyoshi? One of those. Or probably nothing at all. Apparently he was suffering from severe hemorrhoids. Oh, good God, ew. Ew, I don't need to hear this. Ew. People who've lived a long time have an unusual amount of pride. So the mayor hadn't been telling anyone that he was going to a proctologist at the certain university hospital in Shishibune. On the day he disappeared, he had an appointment for a checkup, so he went out first thing in the morning. Even I knew that big hospitals like university hospitals had a really long wait time. Apparently people would get in line hours beforehand even if they had an appointment. His exam ended at 1 p.m. After that he ate a light meal in the hospital restaurant and passed the time reading a magazine. We know this because of a receipt we found in his wallet at his home. There was nothing suspicious at all about that. That day he planned to go to the meeting in the assembly hall in the evening. He's supposed to return home with plenty of time to spare, but while he was on the train coming back, there was an accident. It seemed to delay him a bit, and he only got back to his house right before the meeting was scheduled to start. His family witnessed a very hectic mayor leaving to go to the assembly hall at the shrine. What was the meeting about? He disappeared on his way back home, right? The three families and essential members of the town assembly were at the meeting. We think that they were discussing how to deal with the serial freak death incidences that had happened this year. So then on his way home, he got offed. The old man who had treated Shion like his own daughter, and Mion said this. Come on, don't leave her out of this. Don't be a fucking asshole, man. You're making me hate you more. Just on purposely leaving Mion out of this. She's a good person. I will never see bad in her. I will come up with a billion excuses why it's not her. He was a dependable person who'd encourage Shion whenever she felt pressured by anxiety, and yet Shion's painful voice struck me right in the heart. Huh? Huh? Wait. Oh no! I found little Miss Shion lying. She said before the meeting she talked to him, or during the day she talked to him. There was no ability for her to talk to him, was there? Except right before he disappeared. Shion's lying. Shion is the one that kidnapped him and made him disappear. Garen fucking teed it. Calling this shit now. Write it down. Let's go. What's the matter? I was taken aback by how strange my own voice sounded. What was it that just surprised me? I squeezed my head with my hands to try and drag back out what I had only realized for a split second. Remember, Keiichi, you just realized something. Something important. I fucking called it, didn't I? I fucking called it! Denied the Watanagashi. That was when everything started. That night, Takano and Tomomitake died. The next morning, word of the incident spread throughout Hinamizawa. They planned to talk about it during the evening meeting. The mayor, however, had an appointment at the hospital that, as planned, he went there without telling his family. No one knew about it. Oh, if you can fucking trick Shion into admitting it. Like saying, when did you talk to him? Oh, before he left to the doctor. Then you know she's the fucking guilty ass one. And she is a dirty bitch. She's guilty as fuck. Nail her ass down. He got a checkup at the hospital. There was no point in this time where he could have possibly talked to Shion. Because if she had stopped him on the road, he said, I can't do this right now. I am late to this meeting. I have to go. Because even with his family, he was rushing through that. So he would obviously talk to his family if he wasn't in a hectic rush. Fucking calling it. I really feel good about this. Ate something. And then left. Oh, read a magazine, then left. There was an unexpected delay on his train ride back. When he returned, the meeting was already about to start. The mayor changed clothes, got on his bike, and hurried to the assembly hall at the shrine as fast as he could. From when he heard about the incident on the night of the Watanagashi, till when he showed up at the assembly hall, everything he was doing that day was done in secret. During that time, nobody found out that he went to the hospital alone, ate alone, read a magazine alone, took the train alone, and he got on the train alone. That only meant he had absolutely no contact with anyone else. Shion is a lying bitch. You couldn't have even called him on the phone. Okay, but what does that mean, Keiichi Maebara? Why does that matter, Keiichi? Yes. Yes. It's all coming together. Kei-chan, what should I do? What's wrong? Tell me. You're not keeping secrets from each other, right? We're not. Old man Kimiyoshi, I told him everything. I told him everything. I told old man Kimiyoshi everything. That night I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Also that someone saw us and was out to get us. Right. What then? Old man Kimiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled and told me if it was properly sorry about it, there was no way I'd be demoned away. He was really smiling, and he told me to leave it to him. Sweat burst out of my body like bullets. It became one long strand and slid down from my forehead to my nose and fell. Oh, fuck her. Oh, yes. Yes. Mion's innocent. That wasn't Mion holding the ladder. That was Shion pretending to be Mion. Guaranteeing. I'm calling that shit right now. I'm calling it. So then, what does it mean? Hey, Keiichi, Maebara, no more playing dumb. When did she tell him? Fucking call that shit. Like, a minute before they actually said it, but whatever. Shion said she learned of the incident from a phone call her father made that morning. Oh, that bitch. Oh, she's a lying hoe. Oh, we're gonna fucking kill her. That means she's involved with Rika and Satoko's disappearance too. I bet she's involved with it too. Because there's no way she only got rid of the mayor. She got rid of Rika and Satoko's too. And that's why I don't think that was Mion. I think that was Shion. Because, remember how I was talking about how she had this crazy thing for Satoshi, or like that she was like really pissed off when Tomitake brought up Satoshi? Like she like wanted none of that? Mion's never talked about him. Or at least not at great length. But she started going on and on about Satoshi. I think that was Shion. I don't think that was Mion. I think Shion's trying to fuck over this place. For some unknown reason. I don't know why, but Shion is doing this shit. The mayor had left the house first thing in the morning for his appointment at the hospital. He didn't tell anybody where he was going. Nobody knew about him going to the university hospital. Furthermore, his train ride back to the house was delayed by an accident. As soon as he got home, he rushed out to the assembly hall. Then the meeting at the assembly hall began and continued until it was dark out. Then everyone left. Nobody saw him after the meeting was over. He just disappeared. She'd have been the last one to see him alive if it's true. Which meant... what does this mean? She stole his ass, or she's lying. Maibara, are you alright? Are you alright? If you're too hot, I can turn on the air conditioner. Another part of me was messing with my thoughts, demanding that I not think any further than that. My head was pounding violently, and the fluids packed inside it all bended together until nothing made sense. Blended together. It was just about to settle, yet it had been smashed and melted in a blink of an eye, no longer able to retain its shape. Maibara, are you there? Are you in there? Ugh. Yeah. Oishi lit another cigarette. There was yet another cigarette butt placed in the ashtray. Was it displaying the passage of time? Had my thoughts been frozen over for that long? I've tried to tell you everything I know. In return, feel free to tell me anything you want, Maibara. Fuck you, asshole, for suspecting Mion when it was really Shion. My mind had become a gigantic oozing mess. My brain felt like it had been totally minced by the blades of a blender, and I couldn't think. Now, don't clam up again. If there are any misunderstandings, I'd like to clear them up first. I don't think you're the culprit here or anything. Oishi gave his best attempt at an adult smile. Still, fuck you though, man. You're a fucking asshole. Fuck you. I know the four of you stuck into the ritual storehouse that night. Everyone in the village heard rumors about it by the next day. That in itself means we should take you in for trespassing, but that isn't the problem. It's what was inside. What was inside that made people who snuck in there end up as sacrifices. He shouldn't have fucking lied to Mion. He shouldn't have lied to her. There was no point in lying to her. He just exacerbated the issue. Had he just straight up told Mion, yeah, I went in there, I didn't know it was that big of a deal. Takano, Shion, and Tometake convinced me that it wasn't a big deal. Yeah, fucking throw Shion under the bus. Fuck you, bitch. Get out. Get under there. Mion likes Keiichi. So there's no point for, him to be, her to be pissed at him. Like, she would pretty much forgive him pretty quickly because she likes him. At least I'd hope. I see good in Mion. I think she would. Shion, God, she's really cold at times. I never get that cold feeling from Mion. I never do. Like, whenever there's texts that feel cold from Mion, I only immediately assume Shion's talking. Because she's has such a cold demeanor to her. There wasn't anything. As soon as I said it, I regretted confirming my presence there. But I knew it didn't matter anymore. Was there really nothing in there? It was completely fucking empty, you dumbass. I mean, everyone who went in there been in is being sacrificed one by one, Even the mayor and Rico who switched the lock on the door were sacrificed. What was inside that could have caused such terrible things to happen? I was far too tired of keeping quiet about this. Perhaps that was Oishi's goal all along, but again, that didn't matter anymore. There was a lot of torture devices that were used a long time ago. I looked around at them with everyone. Was that really all? That was really all. There's nothing terrible in there that would make you keep silent? Like a pile of psychoactive drugs? Maybe a secret poppy workshop? Perhaps there were mountains of Soviet or Chinese handgun. What the fuck? No, because I would have fucking picked some of those up and fucking killed Shion for making me dragged in there and kill Takano. Because fuck both of them. There weren't any suspicious wooden boxes or containers packed in there. There was nothing as exaggerated as what Oishi was hoping for, but... Calm down. I felt like in a way there were plenty of terrible things hidden in there. From the perspective of someone who viewed the storehouse as sacred, whether or not I thought it had been some crazy things didn't matter. That's true, it doesn't matter. And you have to respect that. In the slightest. The four of us broke the taboo. Punish us. That should have been what happened. We put in a request for a search warrant thinking that there might have been some secrets hidden in that storehouse. It's been the sabotage of the century. They said it would be an insult to the religious figures and something about the right to free religion and the Constitution, blah blah blah. Who the fuck cares about the Constitution? I mean, really, I don't care about the Constitution. That's why you're sitting here talking with me. Ah, jeez. That's why I really didn't have any other recourse but to ask you, since you went in there. There really was just old, rusty, dusty torture equipment. Nothing else really stood out. Oh. And tell me talking and were only killed as a punishment for having broken the taboo? I haven't an answer for the only part. I suppose I won't bother hiding it anymore. You're the only one to escape harm so far. Oh, fuck, what? What about Shion? Everyone but you has disappeared, and yet you alone are safe. What's the difference between you and them that would protect you but bring harm to the others? That's what I want to know. There's something wrong with what Oishi was saying. You alone. You alone. What? Wait a minute. What do you mean by you alone? I'm saying that you alone have been left alive, right? Of the four people who tiptoed into the storehouse for ritual implements, I mean. The only one left alive? Hold on. Shion was still... Jiro and Mio died that night. Shion disappeared the next day. Oh my god. Fuck me. I'm so fucking conflicted. You know, I still want to say that was still Shion talking. Or I want to. I want to say she... God. I think she did something to Mion. I really think she did. I really think she did something to Mion. I just have this feeling because that wasn't Mion who was freaking out. That wasn't Mion. That's not how Mion reacts when she's flipped out. No, I'm basing it on the other arc, of course, but I just don't think that's how Mion would react. And here's why. One with the, the whole Satoshi thing. That's the main point. Another was her facial, the CG sprites. It had this weird, like that weird smile she had. I don't know if the same was for Mion. It could be, but it just looked awfully different from what Mion CG sprite looks like. With like the jagged teeth. Well, not jagged teeth, but the teeth showing. Because that's like what happens with Shion a lot, that they show that. So that was a slight tell there. Another just was the way she was talking. Because she knew too many details about the incident that Mion probably wouldn't know. Unless she tortured Shion, which I don't see that happening. Because, yeah, she was trying to get me to confess to it, but there are other parts to it at the point of her. It's just odd. That's all I'm saying. It's just fucking weird. I don't think Mion would do that. And the way she was acting, it's just... It never really felt like Mion when I was talking to her, I guess, is what I'm trying to say after Watanagashi. Except for the one time she asked me about it. Now it felt a little like Mion. But after that, any talking to her, it did not seem like her. I guarantee you Shion did something to Mion. I just have this sinking suspicion. But I could be dead wrong. I just have that... It's just that Something is off. Something is off. Okay, only you are still safe and sound at this point. Why only you? Well, I would like to say it's because Mion loves me, and that's why she's gonna let me go. But I have a feeling I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm saying that's what I want to know. Shion disappeared? That's impossible! I unintentionally raised my voice. But I didn't care about that. Tomitake died, Takuno died, and Shion disappeared. When did she disappear? What's this guy talking about? Oh, well now, I thought you were long since aware of this. This is the first I've heard of it. Shion disappeared? When? Well, going back a bit, she disappeared the day after Watanagashi. Going back a bit? Stop saying stuff I don't understand. Shion spends the night at relatives' houses, depending on her mood on any given day, so no one thought much of not knowing where she was. She frequently takes days off from school, too. Her teacher has been pretty troubled by it. I didn't ask about any of that. I'm asking you when she disappeared. I told you it was the day after Watanagashi. Cocksucker. Fucking punch his ass out. I fucking still guarantee I was talking to Shion. Because I brought up the two possibilities it was. Shion being Shion, Mion being Shion, or Shion acting like Mion acting like Shion. Those were my three possibilities. Did I say two at the beginning? I meant three. Or four. Because that, well, no, it only can be three. I think that's what it was. I really do. I really think Shion did something to Mion. Again, I'm just fucking speculating. I could be dead ass wrong. Don't spoil it in the comments if I am right. Don't tell me I'm right. Because that would ruin it. Because I'll probably not be able to finish the game tonight. Because I've already gone for 2 hours and I've made minimal progress, I think. The fluids in my body all reversed direction. I lost my sense of balance and everything I could see started to warp and twist out of shape. Oh god, I'm going to Hote's Peak! I simply couldn't endure it. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Shion had already disappeared? Then, that night, that call, that phone call, who was that? She called me every night. She encouraged me. She vowed that we would do our best to live on and not be erased. Yeah, that should have been a phone call with Shion. Should have been a phone call with Shion. Should have been a phone call with Shion. She took breaks from class like it was nothing, and her family wouldn't listen to when I told them. So when I didn't bother calling the school in the end. So it ended up taking quite a while before we realized she disappeared. Felt like a stabbing pain, like needles were being pushed into every pore of my body. It started on my back and spread throughout the rest of me. When it had completely covered the surface of my skin, it began to worm its way inside my stomach as well. Jesus, that's a very interesting way of putting it. Don't you remember? We talked at the library the day after Watanagashi. Shion was there then. That was the last we saw of her. No one knows where she's been since. I'm still calling it. She did something to Mion. Because she called me that night. That was her. That can't be. That day Oishi had only caught me, and Shion bounded away lying that she needed to go to work. Didn't she call me that night? Her job was at a restaurant called Angel Mort, right? She hasn't been there since that day. She's been completely absent ever since. The person at the restaurant couldn't be in touch with her. He was really worried. That can't be. It can't be. It's only circumstantial evidence, but after she left us at the library, but before she made it to work, I think it's appropriate to consider her disappearing during that time. Right after Shion ran away without me? See, that's why I think she's fine. Because that doesn't fit the profile of any of the other disappearances. All the other disappearances have been at night. This wasn't at night, this was the afternoon. Because it still wasn't dinner time yet. It was still just plain ass afternoon, I think. Or it could have been closer to night. But I just don't... because it was a busy city, so no one would have seen that. That's why I think she's fine. I think she's lying about it. She's faking it. And I think this whole time's been a ruse just to, like, break and fuck with Geiichi. I think. Seems that you didn't know. Maybe if you had said something earlier, this could have gone more quickly. Now you understand, right? You're the only one left. You're the only survivor of the forest slipped into the ritual storehouse. It couldn't be. It just couldn't be. If something else happens, it would happen to you. I need you to understand that, Mayabara. It couldn't be. It can't be. It can't be. Shion had already disappeared? It couldn't be. It couldn't be. I talked to her the day before yesterday. I talked to her last night. She was going to call me again today. That was Shion on the phone. Shion on the phone. It was from Shion. From Shion. Shion has long since disappeared. Next will be you. Yeah, you can stop fucking repeating that, dude. Then who was on the phone these last nights? Who's the one on the phone these last nights? Who was on the phone these past nights? It can't be. It's not Mion. Guaranteed it's not Mion. Guaranteed Shion's fine. I have this sinking feeling that she's fine. That Mion's fine. I lay down on the couch and stayed there dazed for a while. My mind was completely blank. I couldn't think about anything for more than a few seconds. Oh, easy solution. She calls you and says, hey, can we meet up in person tomorrow afternoon? Say at the library or Angel Mort. Easy solution. It's done. She has to meet there. Easy solution. It's over. There was a note in my house saying that Mom and Dad would be home late and that I should have some ramen or something for dinner. Thanks, Mom. I could make it whenever I got hungry, but I had no appetite, so I just stared blankly at the ceiling without eating anything. The hands on the clock were already pointing at 10. Would I get another phone call like today? Like that today? Even though Shion had already disappeared, would she still call? Where were they calling from, and who were they? The more I thought about it, the more I started to tremble. I even thought about just disconnecting the phone line. That's stupid. If I had been thinking a little less logically, I really would have done it. Keiichi, you are like on the bottom of the barrel of logical, so calm down there. You're not that smart. Hold on, Keiichi Mayabara. Oishi admitted it himself, didn't he? That Shion went missing a lot. Couldn't she have just gone to relatives that Oishi didn't know about and that have been there ever since? Yeah, it's possible. She and I were both being targeted by someone, so it wouldn't be strange to think she went somewhere she usually didn't in order to hide. That must be why Oishi couldn't locate her, and why he labeled her a disappearance. Yeah, that had to be it. Shion hadn't disappeared at all. Then my right hand moved on its own volition and slapped me on the cheek. Ah! Fuck you, man. Its cold sting let me calm down a bit. Don't just convince yourself of the most convenient possibility, Keiichi Mayabara. Bitch, Occam's razor up in this bitch. Come on, she's not vanished. The solution with the easiest way to explain it. Occam's razor. The solution with the least amount of issues. She's fine. I knew I didn't want to admit she had disappeared. Admitting it would mean that something terrifying was definitely happening. I just needed to figure out whether Shion was the one on the phone or not. Would I ask her if she was actually Shion? No! No, you shouldn't ask her that. That seemed like an incredibly absurd thing to do. Still, don't run from this, Keiji. If the person on the other end still believed that I thought she was Shion, then that gave me a tiny advantage. Completely casually, I would listen to what she had to say, and fend her off. I would tear the skin off the monster. Expose her for her true form. It would definitely be really scary for me. However, as the last survivor of the people who went into the storehouse that night, this was my duty to perform. I would survive. Still then, who? Who would call me and pretend to be Shion? I may have only heard her over the phone, but her voice shouldn't be that easy to replicate. That was definitely Shion's voice. Sounded just like her. It could only have been Shion. There was someone though, wasn't there? Someone who sounded just like Shion. Nope. I'm not fucking buying. Nope. Nope. Fucking nope. Nope. Anyone who even entertains that, nope. Get the fuck out. If you even think that, get the fuck out. Don't even want to fucking associate. Get out. Get out. Get out, Keiichi. Fuck it. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Get out. You're not the protagonist anymore, Keiichi. You're being replaced by literally anyone else. Get out. It's not her. She didn't do anything bad. She's fine. I guarantee it. If I have to wait until the end of the fucking, the entire fucking series to know the truth, because I know these are only supposed to like technically be question arcs. That answer arcs aren't out yet. I'm putting air quotes up. So the answer of the true riddle of why all this happens, like in the last the question was, what the fuck is going on? The answer would be what the fuck was actually going on. In this one, it will be, I guarantee, one, who's kidnapping these people? Why are they being kidnapped? And is it really Shion or Mion? And I guarantee it's Shion. I guarantee it. I'm convinced.